Today's video was sponsored by Squarespace. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited about today's video. This was a semi-requested video. It also won the poll on my Twitter a few days ago about what video I should do next, and you guys chose redesigning Campbell's soup. So, if you're new to my channel, I welcome you. You can subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. If you enjoy this very long-winded video, you can leave a like. If you enjoy it, leave a comment. Let me know what other things I should redesign down in the comments, and let me know how you feel about my redesign at the end of the video. So, I feel like the majority of people know Campbell's soup. It's am I okay? I've had too much coffee today and not enough water. I feel like the majority of people know what Campbell's soup is. It's kind of like a staple, especially in a lot of like American households, and it has been around since like the 1800s. We're gonna dive a little bit into their history in a second. And I think of this soup as like, this is kind of like an American staple, and it was kind of like revisited quite a bit by Andy Warhol and turned it into his Campbell's soup paintings. So today I have the tomato soup and I also have the chicken noodle soup. I feel like these are the two most popular ones of theirs, and these are the two I'm going to be redesigning. I thought about doing a third one, but I feel like it might be too much for this video. So we're going to do a rebrand for this as well as new packaging. And so what that means is that I'm going to take their existing brand and restructure it a little bit so it feels a little bit more updated in the market. And I'm not going to rebrand this entire thing with a completely different look. I'm still going to stay relatively within their bounds of the traditional Campbell's brand, but we're going to update it a little bit, make it look a little bit brighter, a little bit more vibrant. You know how I do. Feel free to make fun of me in the comments. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a hand lettered logo, and then I'm gonna show you how I position that hand lettered logo on a very long soup label. There's a lot of surface area to play with here, but there's only a very small amount that actually is visible on the shelf. So we're gonna try to figure out how we can approach that and make it look really bright and cool and fun and just make it like a little bit more exciting. I love this soup label in general. I think it's timeless. So I'm gonna make it more of the time, if you will. Timeless design is very difficult because you have to kind of sit between a bunch of different trends, but I think this looks really awesome. There's a lot of elements I like about the Campbell's label. I love this little drop shadow underneath the logo. I love the split coloring. It's very eye-catching. I love this little medallion. It says Paris International Exposition. I do not know what that means. And then we have condensed underneath the logo. I love this condensed type under here, and this drop shadow here is awesome. And then down here we have whatever the flavor is, and then we just have it in this nice type down here of it saying soup. So I want to kind of lean into, there we go. I want to lean into this style of type I really like. I want to definitely stay with a form of the split tone, but I think I might make it diagonal. I'm not sure. And then I want to blow this logo up. Personally, in packaging, I like when type is really oversized. I think it really jumps off the shelf really well. And also I feel like Campbell's has been around long enough to where the name itself is pretty recognizable. It's not a small, new, obscure brand that's trying to break into the market. Campbell's has been around for well over 100 years. So I think we have a little bit more leeway to play with as a legacy brand like this. So we're gonna have some fun today, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into the video. Try not to have too long of an intro. I know some of you guys don't like that. Also, I got my hair cut. And my earrings, because I know I'm gonna get comments about them. My earrings are by, and you can go follow them on Instagram. They're an amazing Indigenous artist, so you should go support them, support Indigenous art. And they made these earrings. They're amazing. I love them so much. They're super cute. Yeah. Okay, let's actually get started. Okay, so I just Googled Campbell Soup history, and we're over here on Wikipedia, and it says Campbell Soup Company, doing business as Campbell's, is an American processed food and snack company. As the name implies, the company is closely associated with its flagship canned soup products. However, it has through mergers and acquisitions grown to become one of the largest processed food companies in the U.S. Interesting. Let's go down to the history. The company was started in 1869, nice, by Joseph A. Campbell, a fruit merchant from Bridgeton, New Jersey. Cool. They produced canned tomatoes, vegetables, jellies, soups, condiments, and minced meats. Cool. So it has been around since 1869. That is an old company. So then I found this article from the New York Times from 2011 because I wanted to know who actually designed the original Campbell soup label, and I wasn't finding anything, and this article kind of like reaffirmed that for me. So it talks a little bit about Warhol's exhibition, but the biggest thing is that Andy Warhol did not design the Campbell soup label. 65 years later, Dr. John T. Dorrance created the first condensed soup for the Campbell Soup Company. Originally, the label that was affixed to those first soup cans was blue or orange and blue. What? That's not what it looked. No way. Is that really what it looked like? See, I adore these. Like, I definitely want to pull into these colors. So regarding the other elements of the design, quote, we do not have specific information on who designed the label, mostly because our records indicate that it was a cooperative effort. Campbell's a corporate activist, Campbell's corporate archivist, Jonathan Thorne, told me in an email. Also, the small evolutions of the label in the early years to help indicate this, the Campbell script, for instance, was very similar to Joseph Campbell's own signature, which may have been used as a basic for the label script. The script was designed to appeal to the housewife at the time. It was intended to look like the cursive handwriting of the day that one would find on handwritten recipes, equating to homemade. Cool. I love that idea in general. So with all that being said, I know Campbell's has struggled a little bit in recent years with maintaining their space on the shelf. And so my goal with this is try to make them a little bit brighter, younger, a little bit, make it a little bit more appealing to semi-younger people to purchase canned goods, because this is definitely like a nuclear family era staple. That's something that you can keep in your pantry for years and years, especially in an instance of I don't know, global emergency, kind of like what's going on right now. So definitely want to make it appeal to younger people a little bit more. I think older people are very familiar with this brand, so that's my idea. Obviously, this is not very in-depth right now because this is only one video, so we're gonna see what we can do. So I made a mood board. This is very loose. I wanted to focus heavily on the type because I really want to make a beautiful script logo, and that's gonna be the first thing I start out with, and I'm gonna be doing that by hand on my iPad. So I am really feeling like this super swoopy scoopy type of lettering here. This is definitely too hard to read. I think something in between, I can organize these. So something in this realm, like something kind of in here, is kind of the vibe I want to go for. Maybe we can move this one closer. Yeah. Okay. So definitely something like in this vibe. I want something slanted so it can go diagonally across. And the original Campbell's logo does have, there we go. The original Campbell's logo does have this slight italic to it since it is a script and it makes sense. But I want to definitely keep that, and I definitely want to keep this drop shadow. I really like this condensed type, so I might try to find something similar to that as a way to tie it in, but we shall see. So that's the first thing I'm going to start off with, and I'm going to do that on my iPad, so you guys will see that fast motion thing added here.
Let me see that smile.
All right. So we have our logo now. I just vectorized it in Illustrator, just doing image trace. And so now we're gonna start building out the actual packaging, which I am really excited about. I'm just gonna hit Command 8 to merge that into a full compound pass while my pieces are together. And I also added a bit of a shear to it too, which is how you can kind of skew things in Illustrator. And I did that just by going up to Object Transform down here to shear. And then you can go up and down, kind of like that. You can shear it backwards type of thing, all that. And make sure to hit preview too, because sometimes I forget to hit that. And I don't see what's going on. So really helpful, wish I knew that sooner. So let's figure out how big our label is so I know the format I'm working in. I have one of these. These are really good for measuring packaging especially. So this is gonna be in inches, forgive me, my international viewers, I'm too dumb. Okay, so in height, this is, oh wow, a nice unfriendly number. We're gonna go 3.5 inches tall, and we'll go 8 inches around. It's like, okay, we'll do 8.25 around. It's not exact, but forgive me, I'm dumb. Okay, so hit M for my rectangle, and for my width, we're going to do 8.25, and for our height, 3.5. Whee! Okay, so here is our full label. Now let's pop over here. I really like these colors, but I don't want to pull them directly. So I think this, how do I get out of this? Oh, back arrow. Duh. So I'm gonna use this red as my base color. And then, see that came into Illustrator a little bit more red, and here it's a little bit more orange. So I really like that. I want an off-white to pull from, which I like that off-white in there, but I also like this off-white. And then I want to pull a gold, this is a gold I really like. This page is really cool. It's awesome color. They're on Instagram and they're pretty big on Pinterest as well. And I'll use this green as my jumping off point. Cool. So these are the colors I'm gonna work with as my base colors. So let's get some little palettes going. So for this, I'm gonna go a little bit warmer like that. So you can see the difference there. Very minor. Actually, maybe I wanna go a little bit more saturated. Cool. Okay, so here are our base colors. And so one of the things I want to do is really try to keep some of the main brand elements. So we kept the script logo just redrawn to be a little bit more of like a modern hand-done logo, a little bit clunkier, a little bit looser. We still kept that signature capital E that they use in the original logo, and still keeping like the red and white base, and we're still keeping little bits of gold like that seal that they have in the original can. And then we're gonna also introduce some green, because I think green is a really nice contrast color to red, obviously because they are opposite colors, and I think they work really well together. And especially like a lot of the newer lines of Campbell soup are like the heart healthy ones, so it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of green in there too. So this is our label. I'm just gonna scale this up for packaging's sake. And then what I had initially imagined was taking this logo and literally going like pretty much more or less like that. So it could be on like one side of the can. So I'm thinking for like what would be the front of the can, you'd kind of see this portion. So if I were to want to split this color in half, which is what I would like, there's probably an easier way to do this, but you know what? Don't come for me. Okay, sending that to the back, and then we're gonna drop this into that red color. Maybe we wanna bring that color through the holes in the logo. And what I am interested in is adding an outline to this, and then adding a bit of a 3D, not a 3D bevel, but like kind of like an extruded drop shadow, if you will. So I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I'll show you how to do it again. So you kind of copy and drag down to like the angle you approximately want, and then send it to the back. So Command Shift left bracket sends to the back, Command Shift right bracket sends to the front. I think those are right. I'm pretty sure those are right. So then you're gonna select the two, and go up to object, blend patterns. Then you have smooth color, specified step, specified distance, go to specified steps. And then here you're gonna do like a crazy number, I don't know, like 200. And then before you do this next step, definitely save, because my computer's crashed before and really screwed me over. So, because sometimes this does take a lot of computing power for some reason. So then you're gonna select both of those things. Then you're gonna go to object, blend, and then make. Okay, so now we got that. Hitting save again. I'm gonna go up to, object expand. So then it's gonna break all of those. So essentially what you did is you made, how many do we do? 200 copies of that top layer in between those two that you kind of separated as like your kind of stencil of what you want. So now we're gonna separate all of those out into individual objects and then merge them all together so you don't have 200 objects all stacked on top of each other, because Illustrator will crash. So I'm gonna hit okay, and it's gonna do all that. Hitting save again, and then one thing before. So if you select all of these and you go to like your outline mode, which is just Command Y, you can kind of go in here and see those are all of those paths that we created, which it looks kind of cool like that. But what we're gonna do before we do this is, so you're gonna click on this and then double click, so you grab that top piece like that. You're gonna go copy, and then you can escape out of that, select all of this and hit merge, and it's gonna take a second. Yay! All right, so now that is all merged, but like, how are we gonna add our top layer back? So we're gonna hit Command-Shift-V, which is gonna paste in place what we already had. So now we can select this back piece and make it, wow, that color, that type of thing, which is what we're gonna do for here. So we can kind of keep that drop shadow like the original. And then we have a bunch of these, so I'm gonna try to go up in here to path and simplify path. And then sometimes when you do that, you just have to go in and readjust, because sometimes you lose paths that you didn't want to lose, but you just wanted to simplify those anchor points a bit. All right, so we have our logo right here. I'm gonna group that and drop it into where we had the last one. Now I'm not 100% on keeping the outline on this. Like, I'm not mad about this at all, and then this bottom piece being like this green, but I think it might be a little kind of challenging to read in a weird way. I don't know. I like the drop shadow that they have. Maybe we'll try just black, or gonna do this again and not have it be blended, but just a drop shadow type of thing. Minor differences, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad about that at all. Putting more emphasis on the white against the red, and then the white is kind of backed by the black here. Not mad about that at all. And what if we added a stroke? It starts to feel a little cartoony to me. I'm not mad about it though. Okay, we're gonna leave that for now. Put this somewhere else. So now we're gonna go into creating the distinct flavor profiles that I'm gonna put over here, and also adding like the condensed text and everything. I do not know what I want to use condensed. So let's check. Can I go to our sans serif? I want something wide. Nimbus Sans, definitely strong contender. Looks a bit like the original. Actually, what was that one? Termina. I have not used this one in a while, so let's download that one. Okay, so then the idea I had for the flavors, how's my camera doing? Okay. Whoa, Mr. Camera. Okay, so I wanted to do kind of like a fun popping shape. Okay, maybe not something that crazy. Maybe we'll go into our star shape. See if this would be too dark. A bit Christmassy, a little Christmassy. Okay, so maybe we put in that. Or I guess like we could do, maybe we should just do a circle. Just keep with the original brand. So let's go pull the Paris International Exposition of 1900. how can I get this vector? Don't think I can. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this might be something I have to do once I bring this into Photoshop. Okay, yeah, that might be a Photoshop thing, but okay, anyway, down here, let's add our text for tomato. And then we'll do soup in this super fun font. What is that called? Is that Hellenic wide? Why am I typing it? Hellenic, yes, yes, yes. Love it. I'm gonna put this in all caps. Do this. Okay, things are coming together. I think I want to make a little tomato pattern to put in the red up here, and we'll see how that goes. So I will check in with you in a bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna start doing now that I have I was gonna do this in Illustrator, but I decided I think I'm gonna do the rest in Photoshop now because I have my baseline of what I want here, and I wanna start adding some really fun textures to make it look really hand printed and stuff in Photoshop. So I am going to, I think, just save this out as the actual art file size. We'll do 3.5 by 8.5, that's fine. I think that's different from what I originally guessed, but and then we're just gonna do one of these, and then we're gonna save this out as a Photoshop file. All right, just like that, and now I'm gonna save this, export as it's a PSD right there. So right layers, blah blah blah, CMYK. Yeah, okay. Let's do high. All right, let's see if this works. Hopefully it does. Ooh, those fonts did not transfer, but that is okay. Oh, there they go. Okay, cool. They just needed to load. All right, so this isn't the most insanely high res, but it's fine. But the overall vibe here is I want to really hit home the, how many times am I going to say that? Hit home, ahaha. The hand printed feel, so it still feels very homemade. So this is where I'm gonna start playing with all of my paper textures, and I can only pull it from one of these. So I got this paper texture just from, I think it was Texture Fabric a while back. And it's literally one of my favorite ones. I just alter it depending on what I'm using it for. And I'm gonna try to keep the scale the same for each little element in here, so there isn't giant pieces of paper and smaller pieces of paper. Okay, and I'm not liking how that back color transferred, so I think I'm gonna make this its own path. Cool. All right, we are getting there. So I'm gonna make a mask of my smaller shape down here just so it just fits within there. All right, and we're gonna bump up the contrast on this a little bit. Actually, I guess we're lowering it. I'm dumb. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say I'm dumb. My subscribers have told me to stop saying I'm dumb. Okay, so we got that, and now we're gonna duplicate this, lock that, delete that, and then bloop, like that. So now we're gonna make this work for the red. Make it look like it's red paper. Just gonna group that, label it red, save our work. And then I'm gonna group these other two shapes down here, label it as tan. It's not really tan, off-white, whatever. See, that is really dwarfing that red color. So, all right. And then what I'm gonna kind of do, this is where I'm torn, damn. Because I kind of want a little bit of that print to go off the edge of the paper. Just a tiny bit. Smooth condensed down. Okay, duplicating this so I can bring it up into my logo up here. Okay, I wanted the ever so slightest offset of print right there, which is exactly what I want. Okay, now I'm gonna add what I hope to be a drop shadow. Hopefully it doesn't look like shit. Cool, I'm really liking that. I feel like maybe we should add some more text to kind of like fill up this area right here. Maybe like some cute little script at the top. So maybe we can do the classic me, the since whatever year. Am I still screen recording? So 1869. Okay, so let's add since 1869. A script might be really nice, or I don't know. It might be too much. I have a lot of fonts going on already, so I definitely don't want to push it. What font is Termina Bold? That's Termina. Okay, how about we add America's favorite? Now I think we need to add the little seal. So over here I have this, and what I'm gonna do is try to get like a grungy print of it. So I'm gonna go into my threshold. Oh boy, this should be fun. Okay, I really like this like super DIY stamped look. Ooh, loving this so much. Okay, what if, leave that as normal. Can I select just my black? Ooh, love that so much. It's so cute. Okay, now like I did with my other things, I'm gonna have to do my same little like offset type of thing. So I'm going to boop, and then I'm gonna like off kilter this slightly. Like this is very minor, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then kind of like make sure that's like sitting on the letter right there. I love that. It's so cute. Ooh, love it. Love it so much. Okay, guys, this is looking awesome. All right, I'm gonna go and find a little doohickey, a little nutrition facts, and put it right here.
It's she next door. You fucking with blood money.
All right, so I just downloaded this can mockup from Mockup World. I can link it in the description below for you guys. So I just went ahead and threw everything into this mockup just to see what it looks like. I'm not too wild about this background color, might leave it on gray, who knows. It was pretty simple to open up. It's essentially two PSBs, so you just click into it, drop your label in here however you'd like, hit save, and then it'll auto-populate here. Definitely try to use mockups like this. It really saves you a lot of time, especially for like concept client work and presentations and stuff. Save yourself that trouble, you know, and this stuff is free too, so it's easy to use. Just plug everything in and you're all set. So right now I'm gonna just go ahead and mock up the chicken noodle soup, which I think will be pretty quick, and you guys will see like the final mockups right now. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to everyone who voted in my Twitter poll. Make sure you do follow me on Twitter for some hot political takes, sometimes design content, but sometimes polls. And also follow me on Instagram too, because I sometimes post, what is my hair doing? Sometimes post my polls there. So follow me on both of those. But thank you for everyone who voted in that poll. You guys have spoken, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun. I think the Campbell's soup can is so iconic. It's incredibly daunting to tackle, and I probably didn't do it justice, but I think it's really great. I love how iconic it is, and I had a really good time redesigning it and just like updating its branding a little bit. And you know, it's so cute. Like honestly, like in hindsight, like the can is perfect. Like I don't really have anything to change about this. There's nothing I don't like. The type is wonderful. The split coloring is wonderful. This little medallion thing is wonderful. Everything about the Campbell's soup brand in general aesthetically is wonderful. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Hope you learned a few things. Trying to share a little bit more like tips and tricks, shortcuts, types of things like that. So let me know if you want to see more on the technical side of things. Happy to do some, or like actually like start doing some videos like that, because I know a lot of people would really like to see more of them. So let me know what you thought. I know some of you already don't like it, and that's fine. That's fine with me. Other than that, I just want to thank the sponsor, of course, for today's video, Squarespace. As you all know, Squarespace is a longtime partner with my channel, and they sponsored today's video. In case you didn't know, Squarespace is an all-in-one website building platform to help you build your online presence. Now, personally, Squarespace is what I've used to host my own personal website, my own portfolio website for the past 5 years, as well as my brand website, grandpagrandpa.com, where I use the e-commerce platform. On my personal portfolio website, one of my favorite things is the ability to customize all of these galleries and strip everything down to be as customizable as possible. And the galleries are great because it's how I can load these really simple mock-ups, and just so you can be able to scroll through all of my work really easily, and it translates really well to a mobile device. And that's really important because you never know when someone is going to be looking at your portfolio, and you want to make sure if it's on a tablet or on a phone, it looks in tip-top shape. Now, if you're interested in building an e-commerce platform, Squarespace has got your back covered too. It's what I use to build my grandpagrandpa.com store. It's what I've used to ship all of my posters. I cannot emphasize it enough. It is a very seamless process. It hooks up perfectly with ShipStation, so you can access all of your shipping information on the back end, print shipping labels. It's amazing. Cannot recommend it enough. Now, no matter what you're looking for in building a website, I promise there's a template for you. There's tons of beautiful award-winning templates that are designed so beautifully, and all of them are fully customizable. So no matter what you want in a website, I promise it's out there for you, whether it's already pre-done or if the world is your oyster, you can go in and change it however you want. And the newest Squarespace updates are making it easier and easier to understand kind of how websites work, so you can just drop all of your work in there and start building your personal website, your portfolio, your brand in such little time. My record for building a website was a half hour, and that was my Helter Seltzer website, and that was so much fun to build. It was so easy to just drag and drop info, like text info that I had, as well as graphics, straight into the website. Everything was so easy to use. I was able to load a GIF for the logo, which was really awesome, so I can have kind of like an animated logo, which is something that I didn't really discover until later in my Squarespace time. So I think that's really awesome. So no matter what you're looking for in your website, Squarespace has your back covered. Now, if you want to spend some time, maybe spend like half hour, an hour, start building your portfolio, whatever your online presence is, go head over to squarespace.com/kel.lauren, KELLEURN, to get 10% off your first purchase. Some of us still have a lot of time right now when we're still stuck at home, and so I highly encourage everyone, especially designers who either lost their job earlier this year and are looking for a new job, go out there and start updating your portfolio. Go head over to Squarespace, start building your portfolio there. It's so easy. If you are confused or you want to have like some help walking through how to build a portfolio website, go check out my redoing my entire graphic design portfolio video, which is where I redid everything. I laid it all out for you guys, and you guys can see the entire back-end process of building a portfolio website, and also like how I kind of like make all my mock-ups and everything. So go to squarespace.com/kel.lauren to get 10% off your first purchase. You'll thank me later. Let's see, what else is there? I guess that is all. This video is going to be coming out right before the election this year, and if you're in the US, I think we all know what's going on right now, and that's pretty scary. So if you have the capability and the privilege to vote, I encourage you to go out and vote, because a lot of people in this country don't have the ability to vote for whatever reason. There's a very, very long list of reasons why people in this country are not able to vote, due to voter ID laws, not being able to register their address in a public record. If they might be a domestic violence survivor, they could be indigenous and not have access to a proper mailing address. And there's a myriad of reasons why a lot of people are unable to vote, and they want their voices heard too. So if you have the privilege to vote, I I beg you to go and vote. I will be voting in this election, and I don't want to shame anyone for not voting. I understand if you cannot or do not want to vote. I respect it entirely. But if you can and have the interest, please go out and vote. That is all I'm going to say on that. It's really important. So make sure you are exercising that right, because a lot of people in this country do not have the right. So please go out there and do that for everyone else. I'm out of breath. That is all. I'm going to go order Thai food. Because it's one of those nights. It's 11:30. That is all. Stay safe, you guys. Go vote. Wash your hands. Hug your friends. Actually, don't hug your friends. Social distance. Respect social distancing. That is all. I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.